It's Thursday! Woo! Yum, yum, gin. That's what it says on the board.
Yes. Well, I thought there was nothing more appropriate than just saying yum gin. Because need you say more?
No.
Indeed.
Exactly. Beautiful. Well, what are we doing today?
Gin. Maritime Gin. No, we're trying to be
Children.
safe.
Come on.
COVID safe.
Oi.
Safe. So we're doing Maritime Gin. Why are we doing Maritime Gin?
I don't know, Luke. Why are we doing Maritime Gin?
Actually, it was my choice.
Oh, okay. What are we doing?
Ava, why are we doing Maritime Gin?
Because it's yummy, it's salty, it's like a little bit. Do I want this in gin? I think I do.
So
yeah,
we also noticed
tasty.
there has been a huge rise as well of obviously Australian gin. The only other gin that's really been selling is Scottish gin. And it's because they really get into their salty gins and really is what's really driven that is people making lots of martinis at home.
Well, okay, now, go back a step.
Step back.
What's the difference between a Maritime Gin and any other gin, Luke?
I haven't got to that yet. That's not one step back, it's one step forward.
What's the difference?
So let's...
Oh no, we're having Maritime Gin. Why is it called Maritime Gin? We're going to be pirates?
Ross,
questions, Ross.
do you reckon you're a pirate in your
Past
past life?
life.
Oh, sorry.
He's a pirate in his current life.
Hello, Liz. How you doing? There's nobody.
Sorry, I'm just going to pour first. So, Maritime Gin. Not really a specific category. We've called this tasting Maritime Gin. Some people refer to them as ocean gins or navy gins or martini gins or salty gins. But they usually incorporate some kind of sea-inspired salty botanical. Doesn't have to come from the sea. So there's things like lots of coastal native plants that have a salty nature to them that get used. So it's not one specific botanical that gets used, but often coastal plants and seaweeds as well, surprisingly.
Nice. So we're starting with the NB Samphire. What's the go with this? We haven't tasted any of the NB stuff on a live stream. I want to know more about them because I don't know that much about them. You guys seem to be big fans.
NB, North Berwick. Distillery.
In?
North Berwick in Scotland.
Not in North Berwick in Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not to be confused.
Yeah, not North Berwick as in Cranbourne, no.
I think Cranbourne's technically South Berwick, isn't it?
Anyway,
East-West Berwick.
can we not talk about crab?
Well, NB Gin started back in 2013 with Vivian Muir, who was a legal beagle, and her husband, who was also in the law. And she started playing around with making gin in her kitchen using a hot-wired pressure cooker with a
Pressure cooker.
took the valve out and put a hole in it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I was looking at it, and it was a pressure cooker and some old copper piping from when they renovated their bathroom.
Anyway,
I love that.
they asked me, and so it grew from there. And then they actually made sort of like a big. Once they sort of got the hang of it, they made a bigger and better event, and they actually then won a whole lot of awards. And they thought, actually, we actually need to get a proper still and do it properly.
Yeah, okay, right.
So
Then it went on to get in 2015 won the best gin in the world in the IWSC in London.
yeah.
Nice.
At the same time as being accepted by the Queen as her favourite gin,
Ooh la la.
etc.
But if you look at the timeline, they went from a pressure cooker with copper pipes to world's best gin in 2.5 years.
Pretty flash.
So it was like these guys really just got it right.
But their first product was not this one that we're tasting now.
No.
So what is Samphire?
I don't know what it is,
Ross
but I
described
think it's
it well
seaweed.
Well, it's like an on-land seaweed. It's like, and what I found interesting about this is we often have Samphire in a lot of the Australian maritime gins, and I just assumed it was just a coastal thing that grew here, like local to us, or maybe indigenous to Australia, but apparently it grows in all sorts
Yep.
of places, like in Scotland.
It's not unlike a long, skinny pig face. It's a succulent,
It's a
essentially.
long, wiry
It's
looking
succulent
succulent kind of seagrass. Coastal grass, sorry.
Mm.
It grows sort of on sea, like the sand dunes.
But it's
and-
fleshy. When you
Yeah.
break it in half, it's squishy inside.
Yeah, okay, right.
Fleshy and
Like a pig face. Or a cactus.
There you go.
But yeah, these guys realised you got a bit of vegetal, and because it's almost like a succulent, it picks up all of the salt water that's in the sand, so it naturally has that salty flavour to it.
Is this their first, I guess, experimental, you could say, sort of gin of theirs?
This is their first release of a non-traditional.
Yeah, okay, right.
It's this is a very strange way to describe it, but it's a really crisp green smell. It's like
It is. It smells like it would be crunchy.
Yeah. Crunchy.
Well,
No,
it's
it's-
crisp.
it's tricky. I'm trying to not use the words it smells succulent, but it reminds me of like
A little cactus.
cactus or even
Close your ears, Angus.
oh no.
Angus is a plastic
It's
cactus.
really specific.
Poor Angus.
Actually, it reminds me a little bit of the Vivarova bison grass vodka.
Okay.
You know that honey grassy,
Interesting.
a little bit salty.
Bit crunchy.
I'm trying to find an actual.
Says martini all over it.
Does it?
It does, look. See, look, just here, look.
Anyway,
Well, I'm going to drink it now. Oh, nice. It's nice and light.
it's almost a little bit sweet and salty.
Yeah, I get that.
Like it's sweet on the front palate and then salty on the middle and back palate.
What citrus do they use in this?
They use a combination of citrus that they use in their London Dry. I think it's lemon and lime,
Okay,
but I'm not entirely sure. I can't speak
right.
100% on that.
Ross, what are your thoughts?
Like a martini without being a martini.
You reckon? This
It's
would
not
go
making me
on
talk
martini?
like a pirate though, so.
No. Well, Adam's actually got really on the martini train because he really likes putting anchovy olive brine. So maybe we'll get it to make a martini with this week.
Yeah.
Could be into that anchovy fish.
So this is Adam.
He's really got into the martini.
We were
that was a few weeks ago.
we got given a gift of a can of green olives that were stuffed with anchovies.
Yum.
And needless to say, they all got eaten. But the brine itself is like a really heavily pickly brine, but the saltiness has like an umami anchovy note to it,
Yeah.
and it's like it's not just one type of salt. It's like quite complex salt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I reckon that'd go really well.
So it's just like a bit oily, a bit salty.
Which type do you think, Mr. Luke?
I've got, sorry, behind the scenes I've got Vivian secretly fetching ice because I forgot to get ice.
Lizzie says tastes honey, grassy, salty.
Yeah, I get the honey. I get a bit of really interesting texture.
I'm going to throw a cube or two of ice in and see if it changes that texture.
Honey.
Do you get that honey?
Yeah.
Honey, honey.
There was some sweetness to it. Can I please have a cube?
Or a cube?
Yes, they're not cubes, they're tubes. Aren't they?
Tubes.
A tube of ice.
Tubes.
Does that change the texture? Definitely makes the nose a little bit more vegetal.
Yeah, it lifts the citrus smell, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't change the texture.
Oh no, it brings up the honey notes a little bit more.
Yeah, but sometimes that texture completely disappears when you put ice in it, and it doesn't.
I'm gonna stray away from our fever tree and go some dry tonic. I think.
Oh.
Do you?
Lisa says I've gone ice and lime, and also has fish cakes, Thai fish cakes.
Oh.
Going well?
I haven't got any Thai fish cakes.
Predator. I think I'm gonna add lime. That's what I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna go cucumber. Can you pass me the plate?
Yeah, I've thought about it, but
Very big bits of cucumber.
No, they're very thin.
Can I please have?
cucumber.
Oh, look at
Cucumber.
that. Isn't that fun?
Such fun. What do I want? Maybe I will go dry tonic.
Oh, cucumber's pretty good.
Oh, cucumber's great.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
But I actually think I want.
double.
I think I want. I don't think I want the dry tonic. I think I want.
The dry tonic's pretty yummy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Give it the dry tonic. I'll go.
Cucumber's a really good thing, actually.
Maybe cucumber and lime.
Cucumber and lime.
I've got cucumber lemon, keeping the citrus and crunchy.
I'm going light.
I think I've lost the
You pass me the.
cucumber in this. Can't taste the cucumber.
That's why I quite like the long strips of cucumber. They have a bit more flavour.
Ew.
I can still taste the cucumber.
Yeah.
I like it with the dry tonic. You're right. I wasn't sure, but I think you're right.
Oh, that's dangerous with cucumber.
That's delicious.
That could
That is a summertime drink.
Yeah, that could go away very quickly. And I've not put much tonic in it.
No, me either. But then this is
I
my
would dare say that
this is
MB
my third gin tasting, fourth gin tasting of the day.
I would dare say that MB Samphire just doesn't need a lot of tonic anyway.
No, it's nice.
Mm.
Yum. I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, what about with soda?
The longer you leave this piece of cucumber in, goes really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I gave it lots of swirling and it was okay. But maybe also the lemon is detracting from the.
Oh no, the lime's gone well with it.
The lime works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is quite versatile though.
Much more versatile than I thought, actually.
Well,
But you definitely don't want a sweet tonic.
no, with the honey note would take
Yeah.
the texture.
Yeah, but I can see how you'd be tempted because
Yeah.
it's very dry. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Alright, I'm Can you pass me there?
Clean cups.
Yeah. I like that. That's delicious. I don't know if I finished my drink when I finished that one.
Well, I have to say from past tasting, every time we do the NB gin, it always we're always
That is really
pleasantly
delicious.
surprised at how good it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Did we just say we wanted a long summer drink?
I think so.
B&B?
I
Yeah.
think so. But I think it's quite versatile, as Luke said. I think there's probably quite a lot you could put with that.
Yeah.
Alright, next we're moving on to the Bass and Flinders. Now, Bass and Flinders has been around for quite some time actually. They're one of the older
Maritime gin.
craft distilleries. And they straight up just call this Maritime Gin, which I appreciate.
Straight to the point.
Well, a lot of the Scottish distillers call it Maritime Gin. And these guys really just went, yeah, okay, let's not beat around the bush, let's just call it what people call it.
Yeah.
So they released this line last year before, as part of their new series of gins with their new female head distiller. And she brought out this and their Orient, which is a spin on one of their previous gin styles. And she basically said that if they're going to make a maritime gin, they're going pretty heavy on the maritime.
Yeah.
So they use locally foraged seaweed from Mornington Peninsula
And Samphire.
and native coastal saltbush.
Oh, okay.
So
Ooh.
the other thing that they do with this is it is mostly grape-based spirit.
And it says so on the label.
And they use a little bit of grain spirit as well, just to keep the cost down so that it's still affordable. But with this maritime gin, they also use vine leaves go into the botanical mix as well.
Ew.
There you go.
So, you know, it's interesting we talk about those sorts of green salty flavours.
Yeah, okay.
And I thought that was quite interesting, playing off the grape base as well. Anyway.
Teresa says, OMG, that's a nice maritime. Just saw Liz have a good sniff.
I hope they're together. They're not just spying on each other, are they?
Teresa's just outside watching.
That's quite different.
Oh, I think this is an oyster gin.
Oh.
It's green and salty, but it's not crunchy.
But
This
it's
is
almost sweet
leafy.
and limey. There's like a liminess to it.
I hate to say it, but
Oh, wow, that's got a really interesting texture too.
the seaweed and the grapevine leaves is giving me some really gutsy green.
That's what's interesting though, when you've got both Samphire and both the NB and the Bass and Flinders, you can really taste the textural difference of the grape-based spirit.
Oh, that's
Delicious.
shit hot. And a lot of the gins in Australia have a portion of grape-based spirit in it, but clearly these guys have really upped the ante on that. Because I was reading some of the information. They said that the grape-based spirit that they use is predominantly Shiraz base,
Oh.
and they like that because it's a heavier style wine. The spirit that it produces is richer, more mouth-filling, more
Oh.
textural. So I thought that was quite interesting.
Yes, Teresa and Liz are together. Lisa says almost corianderish. Yeah, a little bit.
There's almost like a honey gin melon sort of note in there.
Can I have a little bit of ice cream?
Oh, that mouthfeel.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Because I've just done the Shiraz gin tasting, and that's the same thing.
That's so smooth.
It
Yeah.
is, I really... See, this is the thing. Every time I have Bass and Flinders, I forget about them. And then every time I taste them, I go, oh, this is what I fell in love with. You know, it's that, like... It's how they've sort of stuck around for so long. It's like really, the quality is really good.
Because there's an interesting difference between, so like the Samphire that was like very smooth, but it was very light, whereas this very smooth, but almost
rich.
Like rich, yeah. But it doesn't coat the mouth, but it lingers.
Yeah, it's not about coating the palate so much, it's about actually, like, filling the whole mouth.
Embracing.
I think this is an oyster of the gin.
You might be right.
It's a perla.
Oh, that's great.
I like what you did there.
Thank you.
Okay, what are we thinking garnish?
I don't know. Not lemon.
I'm back to the lime and cucumber.
Lime, I think.
I think I'm going to do lime and then think about cucumber.
I'm going to do the lime.
That's what I did last time. Was
I
I
think
did
I'm
lime.
going to do cucumber first.
And I'm not going to squeeze my lime. I think I cut our lime into wedges because it looks exactly the same as our lemons, so I needed to cut them differently. So, but the main, don't always need to squeeze.
Need to squeeze. Now can I have some dry tonic, please, Luke? Luke.
Oh.
Now, do you think this one would go well in a martini?
It'd be pretty heavy martini.
Oh.
Is that a no from Vivian?
I'm not sure about the lime. That's cute.
That's what I like about the cucumber strips.
Can I have the dry tonic, please?
But now it's just not mixing.
Oh no, I like it with I like it with lime.
That's a classic. We'll have to use that more often.
Yeah. Nice.
I've seen it done before.
We'll go with the, that's the Eva manoeuvre.
Ooh.
I didn't do it.
Try. Well, I like with cucumber.
Actually, lime in the dry is beautiful.
Lime in the dry.
I'm gonna.
I'm going to go the
Mediterranean, you never do that.
Yeah, I just need to know. It might be wrong.
Luke decides he might be wrong.
Oh yeah. That's really good with Mediterranean, and I don't like Mediterranean usually.
No, you say that all the time. I like it with the dry.
Liz said, lime here, Teresa's trying the Med tonic with Thai green curry. Med, been a hit.
Yeah, really good. It's got enough oomph to hold up against the
Mediterranean.
without overtaking.
I'm liking the lime and cucumber. Again.
So what sort of drink is this? Where do we want to drink it? Where are we? What are we doing?
I don't think this is a martini.
No.
I think
Great with oysters.
for a drink that's so spirit forward, a martini might be
Oysters.
too heavy with this. I think that's a good, it's what I would call a gin and tonic on the rocks. Like, not a big tall glass, like a low, only a dash of tonic.
I'm on aperitivo and half a dozen oysters. That's what I'm at.
Well, I'm going to Tassie this weekend. Maybe I'll take some home. Try it out.
Yeah.
Give you a taste and off you go.
Yep. There you go. Done.
That's yummy.
It's very nice.
It's also like quite different to almost any of the gins we've tasted recently.
I think I would even take a strawberry,
Green. No, not wrong.
Cucumber and strawberry.
I like that.
Like
It's yummy.
Pimm's.
Well, there's a lot.
Oh.
Something like Poor Tom's is quite a green gin, but they use a bit of strawberry gum and it goes well with green and strawberry sort of.
I like the Pimm's kind of vibe. I like sound that.
Ooh, you could. Bit of basil, bit of strawberry.
That's what I'm saying. By the time you've got cucumber and strawberry, I think you're heading into that Pimm's territory.
As well.
May as well.
You're there already.
Go the whole
One
hog.
thing about this is a joke we make it work every now and again is the great thing about a Pimm's jug is you can use whatever garnishes are left at the end of the night. You just throw them all into one jug and just make a Pimm's nut. Uh-oh.
Beautiful. So
Did
shall
that
we move
fall out or
on
did
to
it? Is it
close?
light turned on?
Yes. So we're moving on to Archie Rose. Beautiful.
Now, this was a limited edition run from them, from what I understand. And Eva did a bit of research into this one, and we thought we'd leave it to last because
It is a limited edition. Apparently everywhere sold out. So we were like, oh, cool.
indeed, part of the reason why we put it in today's tasting, just fun. It's not so much from the look at the botanicals, it's less about salty seawater and more about Sydney Beach kind of vibes.
Yeah.
So they use some coconut, they use some fruit.
Like peach and peach, coconut, some strawberry gum, lemon, myrtle. What was it? Sea lettuce.
They do use sea lettuce,
Yeah.
which is a type of seaweed.
But it's got much less salt than the others.
Yeah, it's less salty on the nose.
Yeah.
The coconut's not a bad touch though.
Hello, Hilary Saunders in Thailand.
Yeah, when I read coconut, wasn't sure about it.
But it's bright enough that it goes with it.
Yeah. Thoughts, Ross?
More a lemony inspired thing than.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to go with lime or cucumber. I think this is going to be lemon.
Hang on, I'm still.
Or orange.
I'm not even there yet, Russ. It's just
strawberry.
slow down.
Oh, wow. Strawberry-ish. Strawberry gum.
Strawberry gum's pretty apparent. That wouldn't even go half bad with maybe orange.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lizzie says a bit sweeter on the nose.
Yeah, a bit sweeter on the palate too.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
it would go-
Salty on the finish though.
There's some orange left. You want some orange?
Someone better try orange with this guy.
I have another idea.
Oh.
Hold my thought.
So now we have muck around until they come back.
I always like to try elderflower tonic with a strawberry gum gin. But I don't know if this would go. I feel like that might be too much going on.
Yeah, it's quite a complex gin. I think I want a relatively simple mixer.
Nothing crazy. What are you thinking? Because Luke's just disappeared to get something. Are you thinking orange? You can find it?
We've got orange here.
Get around.
Orange left over from the.
Orange? No, something else.
He's just. I'm just gonna hop in here.
Right. No, I've got it now.
I was gonna say.
Yeah?
Space Evolves a vacuum.
Oh, big glass.
I need to test a risky
So
garnish.
the way you solve something is just to get a bigger glass.
No.
It is such a loose.
No. So I need to test a garnishing that otherwise would mess everything up. I just need to do it separately.
I'm trying orange. I've got orange and ice.
And I just thought
Orange
of this.
and ice.
Is orange good or bad?
Oh, no, okay. Yeah, different.
Okay.
Yeah? Cool. Okay. Like it?
Salt.
Ooh.
You need some more salt in your grinder, boy.
More than you've been.
What are your thoughts?
I'm going the lemon.
Lemon?
Oh, okay. Problem solved.
Why was it a problem?
I just felt it was a bit too soft day at the beach.
Oh, I quite like a soft day at the beach.
Nah.
Better than a hard day at the beach.
No, but also the salt actually brings out.
So you're saying the Archie Rose is not salty enough for you?
No, I just wanted the salt to balance the fruit more.
Right.
Can you pass the dry conic, please, Luke?
Well, in their tasting notes and with everything they have in it, there's no mention of anything of saltiness, I suppose.
It's only the
sea
seagrass,
lettuce.
the sea lettuce.
Samphire.
Yeah.
What's it? No Samphire? Just say
Sea
that.
lettuce.
So light tonic, dry tonic, or Mediterranean tonic?
I've got a different. I can't.
Yeah, I
This
know.
is a different.
I'm gonna go with the dry tonic. It may be an absolute fail. No.
It is an absolute fail.
Oh, the salty with the Indian. This is. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Do you need a bit more?
No, it's okay. I'll survive.
You sure?
Can I have the dry, please, I think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Well, the dry goes well.
I'm gonna try that. It's a bit tricky of a gin.
Oh, Mediterranean's nice. Mediterranean and orange. I like.
Mm.
Yep.
The dry and the lemon works.
Mm-hmm.
Can
To be quite drinkable.
Can you pass me the lemon?
Lemon.
I'm just gonna.
The lemon and straight tonic is very drinkable.
I think there might be too much going on with this gin.
Well, that's what I was worried about the Mediterranean. When you get those ones with too much going on, you get too many flavours.
Mediterranean with lemon doesn't overpower.
There's no crowd.
It plays along.
Okay.
Mediterranean and orange is good. I like.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. I think this gin's trying a bit too hard.
Yeah? As in there's too much going on.
They've just thrown the kitchen sink at it, and it's
Yeah.
not come out the other side.
No, I'm liking it. I am liking it.
I don't know.
I'm not usually a cucumber gin kind of person, but those ones work well with cucumber. This wouldn't work with cucumber at all.
I feel like you have to be in the mood to drink this one though.
Yeah, but the other thing is,
I just don't
I
know.
reckon this stands one test. If you were just on your dumb luck and went, oh, I've got some gin, I've got some tonic, and I've got some lemon, and made a straight gin and tonic, this will work every time.
Yeah, right. Maybe I do.
Yeah, which is the you know, got home from work on Friday, I'm stuffed, all I want is a drink, and then I work out what I want to drink. This is perfect.
See, my issue
I
is
think you
that,
can mark up your gin and tonic with it.
yeah, but I don't reckon your first drink at home basic gin should be the limited edition $130 thing.
That's true.
Oh, I don't see why not.
No, I'm just saying for $130 I want to be drinking something that I know what it tastes like and knows how I have it and
All right, so while we're talking price, this is quite a bit more than the other two gins.
So the NB
is 100 is so the MB
sits at 79.
Yeah.
The Maritime sits It's at $79.95, and the Archie Rose is $115.
Right, so it's
So
another
keep in
35,
mind,
40 bucks.
These two gins are the same price. The NB includes import tax. So the MP is actually a little bit cheaper than the Bass and Flinders, just by a smidge. And then the Archie Road is significantly more expensive.
But that was paying for being a limited edition.
But I don't feel like I've got...
Well, my favourite is the Bass and Flinders, I have to
How do
say.
you feel about the salt? So no?
It's like sherbet. Cucumber, salt, and med tonic. Sherbet.
She's making that face.
Well, no, it's not bad, but it's just weird. Because I was like, is it soap? It's not soap. It's like sherbet.
One of the people in the tasting today said it was like having a bath bomb in his mouth, which was just such a disgusting idea.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Taste of lush.
Yes.
Gin
Yeah,
and tonic,
but like, you know, the weird bubblegum ones.
perfect.
Yeah? Don't have it with med tonic and cucumber. Unless you like whiz fizz.
Salt and orange
I
is
actually
actually...
think in that instance it's the cucumber, the med type that's the problem. Those two things don't go.
Yeah. No, see, I did okay with mine.
Okay. Alright.
That's
All
my-
All right.
Right. Okay. Beautiful. Well,
So what are our...
no, what are our favourites? What's your favourite?
Straightforward gin and tonic. I'd go MB.
Mm-hmm.
Want a nice gin and tonic? I would go the Maritime every time.
Yeah, okay.
It's got a lot of flavour. It knows what it's doing. It's green. It's a little bit salty.
I would make a martini out of the Samphire, and I would make a gin and tonic out of the Maritime.
That being said,
I'm thinking the Maritime with a little bit of cucumber and a bit of soda and a half dozen oysters.
Do you want the oysters in the glass, or are you going to have them separately?
Oyster shooters.
Garnish.
oh, plot twist.
Oyster shooters.
Let's stop putting vinegar on top of our oysters. Let's just pour gin in.
Oh.
Oh dear, I've got oysters for my birthday
Oh,
on
no.
Sunday and an open bottle. What shall
What are we
I
gonna
do?
What's going to happen then?
I just feel like a couple of little drops of that on an oyster just would go down.
I think we might have to try that on Sunday.
What about as shooters?
Nah, I just think shooters ruin both the.
Should just ruin everything.
I think shooters ruin the alcohol and the thing that you put in it.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway,
Anyway,
what's that Stewie Bourne?
where
oyster
does
thing, yeah.
where does everyone stand on this Archie Rose coast?
See, I really
I like it. I like it. I like it.
I don't dislike it. I just like the other ones better.
And what is your thought, Phyllis, of the three either?
I think my favourite is the NB, actually. Because I really enjoyed that gin and tonic, and I would think about having a martini with it. And I don't really think about gins having a martini with gin. First time ever, so I like that. And I really like drinking the Bass and Flinders just straight. It was smooth and delicious, and had a little bit of something in it, and even just with that, it was great. Archie Rose, I think there was too much going on for me. I think I'd have to feel like I want to drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to be in the mood. Yeah, it's not something that I'd just be able to pick up.
Castle.
Well, but also $130. It's not. That's not what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think just to stand up and down, just have a good drink. I'd go for the NB as well. You
Yeah.
feel like you just...
Mm.
Yeah.
And B wins
Yeah.
on versatility, actually.
Liz says the others are more approachable. And
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm just gonna. I don't think it's personally. I don't think it's about approachability. I just don't think that Archie Rose is finished. Like it's not.
I think
I
they
don't
should.
think they've spent enough time on it.
I think they should
Something to
decide.
make it pop.
I think they should decide to just take something out.
Yeah.
I agree.
Kitchen sink syndrome.
Too many things.
Well, but it's a special edition. It was a crack. You know, I think
Yeah.
if they were going to do it again, maybe they would do it differently. Who knows?
And there are people that are searching around for it. If you know people that want it,
We've got plenty actually.
Yeah.
We bought a bit of a chunk of it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, do you have any last comments on Maritime Gin? Apart from, we'll probably do it again because there's lots of Maritime Gins out there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There seems to be a competition between the Australians and the Scottish about who can make the best maritime gin.
Let's go.
Actually, now I've had 2 Scottish Maritime Gins, and they're my 2 favourites. The Linden Lime. It's
That's
tasty.
right.
The Linden line is
We've
tasty.
already got. I was talking to Eva and we're contemplating
Smith.
a lineup of if we got an in-store maritime gin tasting, because there is a couple of the more premium gins, like the very limited edition Blackwoods gin.
Oh yeah.
It was a contemplation.
Vintage.
So yeah,
It's a handsome small vintage gin.
yeah, it's been tricky. So. If you're interested in doing more maritime gins, more martinis and salty gins, let us know, because we are definitely thinking about it.
And call your mates and get them to say so too, and then we'll have enough to do a tasting.
Woo!
Absolutely.
And I believe we have 2 upcoming in-store tastings, and they'll be posted in the next couple of days, and you'll see those. So come in store because we
And have a hint of what they might be?
We'll be doing a wine, and then on the other one we're going to be doing cocktails.
Yeah. So we will release more information soon about those, but we are guaranteeing that we will be doing an in-store red wine tasting.
Yep.
In a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd get that out of the way before
It'd be
winter.
nice to see your friendly faces.
Before winter ends.
And like everything else, one little apology. We had ourselves a really strong tasting schedule going right through to October, and then we had lockdown, which is a lot.
But
Chucked it all out the window again. So
we're here.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Soldier on.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
So, we shall see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Woo.
Bye.
Keep